Hello everyone, Santa Duck 2. Welcome to another mod overview, this time on ducts. A mod simply adds in a single block, the duct block. Now, what this can do is pretty much store one item or so, or has one slot at least, storing up to, say, a stack probably, and works the same as a hopper and has the same transfer rate as a hopper, I'm pretty sure. The mod is pretty much inspired by hopper ducts here, which you can see it's used like so. You just have a hopper here, and you can have the rest of these for other connections. So it's cheaper than a hopper, but can still do about the same. So yeah, you can transport things upwards. You can attach to other hoppers. You can send items into inventories above them, pull them from inventories. Has a single inventory slot. And so on. Now there's no filtering like in this one, but yeah. So they're made obviously like so, with planks and 9 ingots compared to a hopper's chest and iron ingots, so it's a bit cheaper. And yeah, so we'll just use this bonus chest that I have in the world as an example. So if we just go, say for example here, and checked. Okay, so it works exactly the same way too. I never was a fan of this design, where it was just like, it fits that way, but I never knew how to get them to connect correctly if you wanted to, which was always fun. Is because they pretty much only go the direction that this part's moving out of, so you have to be very particular with it, I'm pretty sure. You can't, like, I think use a wrench or something to try and connect them. I'm pretty sure you'd be using maybe a hotbar or something like that for these. And you have to always get it in the right angle. It's very... yeah. I mean, the mod is very, very useful. It's just in some cases like this, I would assume you need to use a hopper instead. Because again, you can't use a wrench or anything like that to achieve something like this. You get multiple sides. Unless there's just something I'm missing, but hang on. So we'll just do this, and this, and this, and let me guess, nothing was emptying, I'm surprised. And you pretty much, I assume, just need to have a hopper at this end, for example, and that'll send everything over there. So you can see everything going in, like so. If we get some warped plank or something, just to separate it from everything else in here. Just do this and it'll send directly up there. So yeah, which obviously a regular hopper cannot. You can send these up, obviously. That makes things very, very useful. I guess you can probably chain them in a way. So let's see. This is the thing, is you can't make a connection that way unless it's very particular. You probably could make a loop if you wanted to, but yeah, it's very interesting. So yeah, you want something that's pretty much a single slot to transport things, as well as push items into inventories that are below it, instead of it just being in, you have to use like a dropper or dispenser or something, and then a hopper or so. Somewhere maybe to send the resources up into the chest. Then you obviously have these as another alternative that's a lot more simpler and less awkward to get them back into the chest if you're using the following for this. I guess besides bubble columns as well, technically. But if you say you didn't have a bubble column and you were using just droppers and dispensers or something, you want something a bit easier and a bit more manageable, but it's still like a hopper, and you have this as an option. Now, I think there is redstone support as well. We'll just go, say, let's do this, and we'll just do this, for example. So just do that, and I don't think... no, so that hasn't done anything. Ooh, what? Alright. Okay, so I just happened to do that at the time. Now I don't know how you can count things not going through it. at all. I don't know if that's the case. I know this is hopper ducts in comparison, but it does say, I think, something about redstone, doesn't it? I guess the other one doesn't obey redstone in this one. In comparison. So yeah, I don't know if that means that it's going to be added later, so you can control these, or that you can only control a hopper, for example. So we just do this. That's going to send straight through. If I just do that, so the hopper's being blocked, that's fine. We do this, and then try that height. Whoops. Okay, so they do, it's just, yeah, no, okay, so they don't, yeah. Just wanted to make sure that, yeah, seems there's no redstone support, no clue if that'll be added in the future, but I think it would be beneficial. Other than that, I think that's about it. That's as much as I already knew about using hopper ducts, and that's probably about as much as I can work out here is direction you can send them. You have up to stacks worth of storage. They act exactly the same as a hopper, where it's pretty much just like the one slot though equivalent, compared to the 5 extra that you've got access to. You can send things upwards. There's no redstone support yet, or maybe there will be, and they have very particular connections you have to be aware of. Maybe you could make something like a cross-tier intersection sort of thing, possibly. I don't know if that's really going to benefit, or if anything will be easy to determine which one it goes into. Went downwards? Does it go the longest first then? I have no idea. Let's do that. Still just gonna go. Oh, right, yeah, I forgot they always go down, I think, as well, the same as a hopper. When you've got multiple connections. I think that's also something that was the case with the original one. That this, I assume, is repeating as well. It always goes down. Let's see, what's the next side it goes to? Interesting, so it doesn't know where to go. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. So once it gets to a certain point, it doesn't know where to go. If we do this, what happens next? If we just do that, what happens? It just, yeah, okay, so it gets stuck in there because it's wanting to go somewhere, but it's struggling to know where to go. So it wants to go here, apparently. But it apparently, for some reason, doesn't know what to do about it. Okay. I'm not able to do that one. So let's see. Let's do this. Okay, so let's just go to like the nearest chest as well, or something. The nearest hopper inventory. Let's see. Oh, it's going to be one of those things, isn't it? Let's see. Yeah, it's very particular, so yeah, it's probably possible unless I connect them to some amount of inventories, but yeah. In my opinion, they're useful, but they're also very tricky, and I never used the mod very much, because it was just the connections was very particular. I can never get used to it, but I do see the reasons to use mods like this, and that if you just need something that's similar to a hopper in a vanilla sense, you don't want extra filtering and a bunch of complexity to pipes and such, and you know, you just want a simple thing and that to be able to push things upwards or whatever other uses or situations you're moving resources around in inventories. Otherwise though, thanks so much for watching and goodbye.